Hey everyone, welcome to the episode of That's All Funny, episode number 912. Yeah, 9129. Where the fuck's the music? 912. Well, it's another day. Hope everyone's doing all right. Um, I'm here. I'm just here. I'm chilling. Was applying to jobs today. That was fun. What else did I do? I only drank two Cokes, two sodas. That's a big deal. I don't know if I said I remember putting a fucking recipe for a pot roast, right? A crock pot, like a roast, and I made it in the crock pot, and it actually came out pretty good. It was all I put in there was the roast, the beef, potatoes, carrots, I chopped up an onion. Uh, what else did I put? Salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and it came out actually pretty decent. I put like a cup of water in there too, just so it wouldn't be dry. But I probably shouldn't have put the water. I think the fat would have been enough. But it came out pretty good, and yeah, I was surprised. I was very surprised. I probably should have had like cream of mushroom or something. Probably would add a little bit more flavor, but came out pretty good. I was pretty proud of it. Ate that shit up. Otherwise, been about the same. Just here chilling, watching wrestling. What else did I watched Invincible, you already knew that. I've been playing this game at Dandy's World, you already knew that, with my niece. That's it. There really hasn't been anything new, man. It really hasn't. It's just the same day over and over again. Over and over and over and over. Let's check out the news. Uh let's see here. Oh, here's a Twitter screenshot here. Vince McMahon spotted at the Heat and Knicks game tonight. I was like, "Ooh, Vince McMahon. He looks good. He's got that. I mean, obviously he's got his black his hair dyed all rowdy, and then he's got a little bit of gray from the roots. But I mean, he looks good. He doesn't have that stupid pencil mustache that he had at the TKO cell or whatever. Um, I mean, you gotta love him or hate him. He's still Vince McMahon. He's still fucking like a fucking almost like he made $1 billion business. You know what I mean? From what he bought the shit from his dad for like $1 million on a loan or whatever, something like that, right? I think $1 million. He bought the WWF or whatever, and so I mean, you gotta fucking and then the shit he does is just like a movie studio, like a fucking Weinstein. He just would fucking he liked women. I mean, he treated them like shit, but he liked them. And I mean, there's some people, obviously he's changed people's lives too. He's done some good, but yeah, I mean, there's good and then there's bad, and then you take them both and there you have the facts of life, right? It's one of those things, man, but it's good to see him out. I'm glad he's doing all right. Trying to yawn away from the mic. Trying to. But speaking of people not doing so well, Tracy Morgan, during that same Knicks Heat game, Tracy Morgan vomited and started bleeding from his nose, causing a 10-minute delay in the game. I don't want to show the picture of him vomiting because it's like a projectile right to the floor. And then he's courtside too. So it's just right into the fucking the game. So I wonder, there was. It says here on the Grok AI that he suffers from diabetes and he's had a kidney transplant. So I mean, he's probably going through a lot. Who knows? I remember he did, if I remember correctly, he had that like rowdy health scare where he almost died, kind of like Jamie Foxx, where they disappeared for a while and you didn't know what was up with them, and then they came back like, oh no, I'm fine, better than ever. And then it's like all the tabloids start saying, is he a clone? Is he a clone? Did they clone him? Like when they said they cloned Jamie Foxx. That was kind of cool. A Jamie Foxx clone. That'd be funny. It'd be a weird person to clone. Like, I mean, yeah, he's a celebrity and he's probably worth, a lot of money, but out of all like out of all the people, I feel like Jamie Foxx is just an odd person to fucking spend all that money on. I feel like it'd be expensive, okay, to clone a person. Like it'd be a lot of funds and resources to clone a whole human being and then to like put all their memories and stuff like that into them. I feel like it'd be even more, like I don't know. I don't know how much it costs the government to clone humans, but they got all our taxpayer dollars with all the fucking other stuff they waste our money on. What does it matter if they clone Jamie Foxx or clone Tracy Morgan? Yeah, man. But I hope you caught an episode of That's All Kayfabe with me and my buddy Gabe. If you haven't, check it out. That's All Kayfabe anywhere podcasts are available or on the YouTube channel. That's All Kayfabe. It's wrestling. If you like wrestling, you like a long form podcast. It's great. It's great. Everything's great. Um, what's next here on the news? Taylor Swift shares live mirror ball as Eras Tour is declared Tour of the Century at 2025 iHeartRadio Music Awards. So, Taylor Swift's Eras Tour has been given the title as Tour of the Century. Tour of the Century. Like, I, how long is it? 100 years, right? 100 years. Rick and Morty. 100 years. So, out of like all the tours that have gone on in these hundreds of years, from from 1925. No, I'm sorry. We're in a different year or century, right? We're in the 2000s, I guess. I guess they're going by that, the 1900 to 2000. So, in 25 years, right, since 2000, her tour has been the greatest tour that has ever set foot on this I don't think that's I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, I know it made like a shit ton of money. It made like $1 billion the tour, and she was making people forget shit and fucking causing deaths in Rio de Janeiro, and I don't know. Like I get it, like it was a big tour, but I don't know. Tour of the century. That's like that puts a lot of I don't know. Like I like Taylor Swift. I think she's hot. I think she has a beautiful voice and she's talented, but I feel like she's mid with her music. I know I've said this before. Like I was really hoping her pop music would be good because I love pop music, but her music is just overhyped. I mean, it's kind of the same with like I like Billie Eilish more probably than I like Taylor Swift, and I just don't understand like with the fucking vibe, like why are they so big ass stadium tours sold out? Like I feel like that should be smaller venue music, It doesn't sound like it should have that many people seeing it. It should be more like smaller venues. I don't know how like if they sold their souls to The Rock and I did it for The Rock. If they sold their souls or they found some way, some cheat code in the fucking way to like handle music or handle touring. I don't know. And my screen keeps on flickering, dude. Like my HDMI cable's all fucked up. I don't know. It just keeps flickering. It keeps flickering. I don't understand. It keeps flickering. Yeah, no, but tour of the century, Taylor Swift, because of deemed that by iHeartRadio. That's pretty outstanding. Pretty ridiculous, but whatever. I like her though. I do like her. I think she's hot. She's tall. She's tall. That's kind of sexy though. How tall she is. She's like she's like 5'10". I think she's like my height. And then if she's in heels, ooh boy, howdy, ooh boy. Lastly, here on the news, more in entertainment, Oscars. Conan O'Brien to return as host in 2026. So apparently the Oscars had like the biggest ratings that it had within the last 5 years with Conan O'Brien hosting. And I'm like super glad because I love Conan O'Brien. He's fucking hilarious. He's one of my inspirations for like starting podcasting. Like me as an interviewer, I try to be a lot like Conan. The way he interviews, like make the guests like comfortable and laugh at all their shit and stuff like that. So I feel like Conan is the benchmark there or the goalpost. But yeah, he's an inspiration, and I'm glad he's getting as flowers. I guess I don't know. Is that saying I feel like is overused, but it's weird that they are already like fuck it, lock him down for next year, and it's just like dang. So he's got like a whole year to think of like skits and stuff like that to fucking match or overdo, over fucking do this next year's Oscars, his return. And I should have watched the Oscars. Like I don't know why I didn't. I was probably watching wrestling or something else during that same time or whatever. I should have watched it though, but next year I'll probably watch it for sure. That way I can fucking I don't know live tweet it and just talk about it because from what I saw, the clips and stuff like that, they were pretty hilarious. But here's hoping he does just as good, if not better. And I'll be watching Conan. I'll be watching. No, but he's an inspiration. He's fucking hilarious, dude. Conan. I don't know. It's just I listen to even his podcast now. I listen to, but the clips are just hilarious. They're hilarious. No, and uh, there's that shit that he's like really good friends with Jack White, and I'm like, man, I want to be like that, or I want to be like really good friends with a famous musician. Like, I want to just for some reason like be really good friends with like, oh yeah, I'm a really good friend. What the fuck? How did you meet him? How did you know him? I don't know, man. He just fucking we just went bowling, and we just hit it off fucking bowling and just like be like fucking just a good friend to a fucking. And then I want to meet Meg White. I miss Meg White. There was that shit about. I always thought they were brother and sister, and it was like, oh no, they're husband and wife. And it's like what? But they're divorced. What? It's weird shit. But she's got some nice tits. When she drum, her tits would just like bounce everywhere. That was fucking nice. She wasn't. She was an okay drummer. I probably thought she was shittier than she was, but she's actually a lot better than she looks. But then, like I said, those tits flopping up and down are highly enjoyable. But yeah, I guess that's. I'm gonna talk about tits flopping up and down while watching a girl drum. But that's all funny, guys. Right? I guess that's all funny. I want to thank you for listening to the podcast. That's all funny. Available anywhere podcasts are available. Just search "That's All Funny." I do a podcast with my friend Gabe called "That's All Kayfabe." Where we talk about wrestling. Check that out. That's all kayfabe. Get it? Because the kayfabe is the term in wrestling. You don't know what's real and what's fake. So that's why we named it that. So I think that's pretty cool. I think so. And then it's like that's all funny, but that's all kayfabe. So it's still like in the same family. I don't know. I need to go let the dogs out. So yeah, that's something I need to fucking do. They need to. I'm gonna let them run around for a bit and get tired before the nightfall. And I got half a Coke. I still need to finish the soda, which it's kind of like going flat a little bit because I had left it sitting there for a while. And then it's like warm, but it's still good. It still burns my throat when I drink it. It's like a good feeling. It's a good all that sugar and soda and all that just burning your throat. But thank you to my Patreon members. I really appreciate y'all for the support. Patreon.com/Lorenzo Ariola, YouTube.com/at Lorenzo Ariola. Thank everyone else. Like, subscribe, share, rate, and review. Podcasts available everywhere. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Take care. Love you. Bye.